Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful Thai red coconut soup with vegetable gyozas, pickled carrots and fresh coriander. I've got a 4-litre shallow masterclass pan. It's cast aluminium, so it gets hot really, really quick. But we're going to start with our Thai coconut milk. Now this is really quick and easy. I've got some Thai curry paste from the supermarket. This is lunch on the go. It's busy in the studio today, but we're all hungry. So first thing we do is get a tin of coconut milk. Now in fact, this recipe is all plant-based as well. So if you are plant-based eater, vegan, whatever you call them these days, it's good for you too. It tastes amazing, all right? And that's all that matters to me. Okay, so in with our coconut milk. What you'll find is it separates in the tin. Don't worry about that. Just give it a little stir. And then I'm just going to get some water in there as well. Half a can. There we go. Right. Thai paste. So we're going to add a tablespoon to begin with, all right? No, we're not. We're going to add a little bit more. And then give it a stir. Okay, that's the basis of it. Now that's where the flavour begins. So instead of vegetable stock, we're going to add miso paste. So this is our savoury. If you can't get hold of miso paste, put a little bit of vegetable stock in, but try and find it because it's absolutely beautiful. It's a fermented soybean paste. So it's quite salty and umami, but it's got a fermented flavour to it as well. So there's a bit more going on. I'm also going to add a little bit of mango chutney for a bit of sweetness, which I think is going to work really nice. Okay. Tablespoon of that. And then touch of soy, not a lot because we've got our miso in there. There we go. Okay, let's get some flavour in here. So, to make it really super healthy, we're going to add some pickled carrots. And we're going to get these pickled now while that's simmering. So everything's ready. This is like 10 minutes, one pot meal. If you've got 10 minutes, you can make this dish. So take your carrots, cut them in half, and then slice them nice and thin. Now I'm using 20 centimetre Masterclass Edge Keeper. So this black thing here, not only does it keep it nice and safe when it's in a drawer because it covers the blade, but that little red bit there is a sharpener. So every time I take it out, sharpens the knife. Every time I put it back, sharpens the knife. And more people should sharpen knives, and this is the easiest, safest way to do it. Okay, so we're just going to cut all these carrots into little ribbons. Smells good already, that Thai paste, doesn't it? I love this dish. Okay, so all we're going to do now is just chop them into really, the thinner they are, the quicker they pickle, all right? So if you can just slice them nice and thin. And these are a really good thing to have in the fridge. They'll last about a week, but they just add a real tang and crunch to the dishes, especially like your packed lunch. You know, if it's a bit drab and a bit boring, whack some of these in and it'll just liven everything up. There we go. So nice and thinly, look, really finely chopped little matchsticks. Let's grab a bowl. Just get these in. Like I say, they'll just sit in the fridge happily. So don't be afraid of doing more than you actually need. Remember, if you've got any questions or anything like that, just post them in the comments below. I will answer them as quickly as I can. Doesn't usually take me long. Right, I've got a couple of limes here. I'm going to save that one. So I've got 3 halves. And that is just going to go over the carrot. Now, if you want to get every little bit of juice out of this lime, just turn it inside out, okay? And then squeeze again, and you'll just get so much more. You know, if you're doing your mojitos as well, and you want all that lime juice, just turn them inside out and give them a proper good squeeze, all right? So turn it inside out and squeeze the life out of it. You'll just get so much more juice out of them.
This is one of the things I do all the time now. I don't even think.
No.
I just do them
automatic. Yeah. There we go, right. And then give them another squeeze just for good measure, because you'll always get a little bit more juice out. Look. There we go. Okay, so give them a little scrunch. Get the lime working into the carrots there, and they will just absorb it. And it'll just give a really zesty, zingy, light pickle to them. Absolutely delicious. Okay, so our broth has all started to come together now. So it's creamy, it's coconutty, it's got warmth from the Thai red paste. We've got some savouriness from the miso and a bit of sweetness from the mango chutney. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add our gyozas now. There's chicken ones, there's prawn ones, there's vegetable ones, whatever you fancy. Okay, whole packet, in they go. Look at that. Let's pop the lid on. And they're just going to poach. You don't have to steam the gyozas. They'll be absolutely fine. Okay, spring onion. We're not going to cook the spring onion. We want to just chuck it in raw so it's got a real nice tang to it. So I like to chop them on an angle. All the white, all the green. And we're ready to go. Let's put that to one side. I've got some frozen peas there going to go in. And then I've got some fresh coriander. Very divisive in my house. I've got 2 that hate it and I've got 2 that like it. I'm making it, so it's going in. All the stalk, all the leaf, everything, all in. There's so much more flavour in the stalk, so make sure you cook with the stalk and you finish with the leaf. Right. Let's get our frozen peas in. There we go. Half our coriander, so that's mostly stalk. Get that up to the boil and we're ready to serve. Okay, right, look, up to the boil. Look at that, that looks good. That doesn't look like a dish that's made in less than 10 minutes, if you ask me. That looks like somebody's laboured over that for hours. Right, let's have a little taste. So at this point is where you can adjust it. So if you want it hotter, you could add more paste. You could add more savoury, so you'd add more miso, a bit of soy, whatever you like. Ooh. Think you're going to like this, Emily? In with our spring onions, raw or green onions or scallions, depending on where you're from. Sesame seeds. Why not? Seemed like a good idea. And then the last of our coriander in there. And that's it. We're done. We're ready to serve. Let's find a ladle. Give it a little stir. And there we go. If you wanted to turn this into a more substantial meal, you could serve it up with some rice if you wanted to. This is for us, this is just for lunch. So we're going to get some of those gyozas in. And then make sure you got some of that broth. Some of those peas. You see that all right there, Carlos?
Oh, really nice.
Or do you want it on the chopping board?
Will you put it on the chopping board?
Yeah, absolutely. So there we go. There's one. Let me show you how we're going to serve this up. So, some pickled carrots to the one side. They'll give you a real zingy crunch. And then we've got a few little bits of coriander leaf there. And there you go. That is how to make a super healthy, super delicious Thai red curry and gyoza broth soup. I'm going to have my lunch, and so are they.